is Simon with Trade and Perform Coaching. It is Friday, the 14th of January, halfway through the month. Quickly, if you would like to join the room or get a 3-day pass to the room, you can join us at tradeandperform@gmail.com. There's the email. That's the end of my shameless promotion. Let's get to the trades and see what the overnight look like. So if we go to the 15-minute chart, and we look at how the market traded. So let's start with ES, then we'll go to NQ. So if you look at ES overnight, okay, so some key ideas that keep repeating that I try to get across. So location matters, number one, right? Number two, taking out prior day's lows generates big counter rotations very, very often. Okay, it's an important concept to remember. You should really have it drilled in your head. It doesn't always work. Like Thursday was a good example. We traded above that high, that old high, and then we rotated and fell back in. But nonetheless, it took more than 24 hours to finally get the roll down. But we traded all the way through that range. And when that all happens in one day, that's, it's fantastic. When it takes more than one day to get done, it's difficult. Yesterday, I was willing to short above Wednesday's high, and it just didn't get there. Meaning I was willing to stick that trade if it got up there, and it just didn't happen. So importantly, right, you'll see last night, we open up, we trade below, right? So we trade the green lines below prior day's low, right? Find responsive buyers, they trade back into the anomaly, and buyers are going to try to make it back to this location, right? They can't do it. They trade above the anomaly, they can't even make it to prior value area low. Backside test the anomaly, find responsive buyers again, into London, first hour of London. Second time in, smaller buy response. Then finally at 5 a.m., they give up the ghost, trade back below prior day's low, right? So in the Globex session, that's the second time. Why do I have that yellow line there? I have that yellow line there for a reason. I don't know why. Let me go check the chart real quick. Yes, I just leave it there accidentally. No, that line is drawn on the chart. So here, let's go back. There we go. Below prior day's low. This is the orange line's old 24-hour lows. Push underneath. Now we don't always know how far, so we know somewhere between here and here, we probably get a strong response. So we're looking for location. This would have been ideal. It didn't quite make it there, and the reason it didn't make it there is too many shorts are pushing to get to that location, so they're getting squeezed out. And a backside test that 46.27 is likely. This morning, if it rejects off of that, then 46.03 to 45.91, or if it doesn't make it, 46.03 to 45.91. So the target is always back to the prior day's point of control. The problem is we don't know what path it'll follow to get there. So you have to be thinking, hey, is this, particularly if you're above the wave to the low, is this a setup that could really push, right? So what are key locations for today? So when we open, assuming we're not above 46.42, watch out for open drive lower or open drive higher. But open drive lower is on the table because we're gapping down and out of range, right? That sets up this area, that 46.03 to 45.91 is prime location, followed by 45.72. Below that, we have an anomaly at 45.50 to 45.35, really wide one on ES. And then 45.19.75. And beyond that, I don't have much on the table. That puts us down almost 100 points from where we're trading. Actually, it does put us down 100 from where we're trading right now. We'll put the S&P down 134 points. It would be a really big down day. So we'll see where we're going. Again, we're not in bearish territory. We're just having a down open. So I'm not bearish. I'm actually neutral. I think two-sided trading today would be my guess. And I'm leery of open drive higher or open drive lower. And of course, I'll skip the first half hour to avoid getting run over one direction or another. Okay. So obviously, wherever we're looking for location, we're looking for trade setup, right? If we don't have trade setup, if I lose money, I'm going to lose money on a 2-bar combo or a 3-bar combo with a star diamond, right? I want my A grade trades to stop me. I don't want to get stopped on a B grade trade, right? I don't want to get stopped on I'm guessing. I want to get stopped on the best trade possible, right? Because I know I can take that trade again and my odds are 60, 70% or better, but I'm going to rotate to a profitable trade. Let's go look at NQ really quick. A little bit different picture there. So on NQ, right, you can see overnight we opened up again. We came down, we opened up in Asia, we traded below prior day's low, found responsive buyers. Back to the anomaly, the extended target would have been over here, couldn't make it, got trapped at value area low, which is the purple line. Chop, 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 chop all the way through London, and then roll down, and again, it couldn't quite make it to the anomaly, and we're below yesterday's low. I don't have much else to say to NQ other than that was a nasty down day yesterday. A lot of repair has to be done in this area, and repair needs to be done in this area. So my upside target obviously would be the base of the structure over here, which put us back into volume point of control, then back up to 79.81, and then back to the scene of the crime, which actually I try to push back to that 94 to 78. I don't know why I have two green lines there. This should be orange actually now that I look at it. So I'll fix it. And I am open to the idea that we get a V-shaped move today. Why? Because I've been around for a long time, and just when bears think they finally think they have it, where it's just going to be tank nation, they just trend day up it all day long, right? So I'm not saying that, I'm not calling it. I'm just saying I'm open to a V-shape today. That's all. I'm open to 15,650 to the upside. That's 300 points up, right? The market's had an incredible knack for being responsive, right? From levels lower. The buyers, the buy the dip guys are still there. And if you look at the profile, right? Here's the ES profile, right? We're not even below January 10th, right? So if you look at where we're trading, which is 46.18, right? We still got a long way to go before taking out this January swing. So to me, how can you be bearish when you're still holding above major swings and it easily recovers back up? Obviously above 47.40, opens us up to retest 48.05. The resistance is up there in that 47.20, 47.40 from a bigger picture standpoint, or even if they're going to work in inverse head and shoulders, right? The 47.10 to 47.20 neighborhood. To the downside, this is a big swing, and then I believe we still have open underneath there, below there, 45.19. And if you go back and look, there's December's low. We haven't even bothered. So we haven't even taken out the prior month's low. So to me, this isn't bearish. It looks like it's a really wide ranging balance where there's a head and shoulders up here where that 47.20 could be the top end of the range and that 45.19. Peter, do you kind of concur on that range wise? Peter may be trading. It just doesn't look bearish to me. We'll wait for the responses. Good job, Elias. Very good. I agree with that trade 100%. Elias took a long at 46.13. Let's go look at his trade really quick. Then we'll continue. ES. I think it was even better than that, Elias. This right here, it's triangle down, star diamond up on a 5-tick. I don't know if you're on a 6-tick or a 5-tick. Good job, yes. I mean, that is grade A entry. Look at that. 13 to 20, 7 points for the day. So I want to remind you something, Elias. Elias is building up his arsenal to trade bigger, right? If you were trading, let's call it 5 ES contracts, right? So a lot of times when people, Elias is trading smaller because he's getting his footing underneath him as a newer trader in the room, right? So I want to remind you, if you traded 5 contracts on that, right, that's 7 points that you just ripped out. That's $350 a contract times 5. It's almost $2,000 a day. I want to remind you that you can cherry pick your best trades. I want to say that again. You can cherry pick your best trades. What I see a lot of guys doing, they're trading smaller contracts, is they're trying to make up for what they're not making in dollars by trading more. It's common. I do the same if I trade micros. I'd probably be doing the same because it's an easy thing to fall into psychologically, right? So I just want to stress and by the way, I'd be up on a 6 tick, and I'm going to go ahead and switch to a 6 tick for the open because it's just going to be fast. So I'm switching over to a 6 tick right now. Too many days in there. Let's unload that. So I want to reiterate, right? So see how pre-market that trade doesn't even show up? You got to be on a 5 pre-market when it's slow. So I want to reiterate, go multiply by what you would trade in a normal contract with a normally funded account. You picked off a great trade right there, right? You picked off a great trade, Elias. Now go back and go, well, if I was trading, even if you're trading 3 contracts, right? You still picked up a K for your day's work of, well, however many minutes you've been here, right? Put yourself in that mindset so that you can build that account, and you build the account based on taking great trades, not on how much P&L you're building, right? Because it's really important that you set your mindset to that. Okay. So let's continue with this. Let's go look at the NQ really quick, the profile on NQ, and then let's jump to what we're looking for setup wise. Oh, don't want that. I want this. Okay, so next comes the NQ profile, and it's much the same story. All right, if we pull that in, the first thing we want to go look at is where were we on the 10th, and where are we in relationship to that, right? So for me, retesting this low from the 10th right over here, this 15,151, and getting below it, I expect a response between 151 and 150.55. Somewhere in here, I expect at least an attempted slingshot back to 15,305, right? And then all these levels below are key. I didn't do anything below 1,400. If we get to 14,500, it means we're down 800 points anyways, and screw it. So I don't know how else to put that. That's how I'd read that. The market's gonna be fast the first 30 minutes. There's econ at 9 o'clock, by the way, on top of that, and a Fed speaker somewhere in there. I put it in the notes earlier, right? So that's my 2 cents on that, right? It's really important that you take your right setup. So now let's go to the next formula. If you are going to trade in the middle of nowhere, which I do, right, without location, you got to get your risk off pretty quickly. You can't try to stick that trade. It's going to be hard if you stick it without a scale, right? If you're trading in outer space without tagging a key location, trading in the Goldilocks zone, even close to the Goldilocks zone, will set you up for much better trades, right? See how when you're out of the Goldilocks zone, it keeps even when the 2-bar combos work, right? Look at the one that worked the best inside that or close to that Goldilocks zone, right? This one stops you. This one clearly paid you. And on the 20 tick, I don't even think it's set up. Frankly, it has not set up on the 20 tick. Triangle down, speed bar up, key level there, right? That was just before 8 o'clock. That launched you to the upside. On ES yesterday, repeatedly, star diamond. If you are trading ES, star diamonds and setups that come around it like this. Let me show you. This is overnight. It's not going to set up very much here overnight. 6 tick is too big for overnight. You got to drop to 5. But yesterday during the day, so I'm going to give you some examples. All right, this is 2:30 in the afternoon. No supply, no demand. Star triangle, star diamond. All right. And you could wait all day for that one trade and just gone, wow, I killed it. Right. 3-bar combo, star diamond. Again, you didn't kill it there, but you made good money. Right. No supply, star diamond. You did kill it there. That was 11:30 in the morning. That star diamond on ES is worth It stops sometimes. There's no question about it. But when it comes in a 2-bar combo or a 3-bar combo, no supply, star diamond 1130, nothing on top, right? It gave you a 2-bar combo, but not a star diamond, right? And let's see if I'm missing any others. We'll keep just crawling back there real quick. There was your stop right there. It triangle up, star diamond. It got stuffed. That would have been your stop on the day. And then this is before 8 a.m. and it's common to get stops before that. 9 a.m. and it's common to get stops at that time frame. At any rate, so 2 big wins and or 3 big wins and 1 stop, right? So the stop's about 5 points. The wins clearly gave a 3-1 or 2-1 RR. That's a winning combo, right? So just stuff to keep in mind. Let's see if I am. What else? Oh, NQ. So NQ is harder when it's whipping like that, right? So if you go look, oh, what did I do? Please don't tell me I destroyed that chart. Oh, there's 18. Where's my 20? There it is. Oh, that scared me for a second. So the way to get fewer stops, remember when you're going through your setup, right? 2-bar combos. Like look at that on, this is same time frame yesterday. Triangle up, star diamond. No supply, no demand, star diamond, right? On the 20 tick. All of those paid big fat rewards. And I struggled yesterday because of the choppiness in there, but in terms of even just getting a read, I didn't have a clear read, or at least I didn't get a clear read. But when I go back and do my homework on it and go, how could have I done that better, given all the noise that was going on, right? Triangle up, star diamond. Look how well that paid. So I think there was a stop or two on the 20 tick on star diamond, but you've got to push that thing. 3-bar combo, star diamond right off the top at 9 o'clock. Gave you basically a 500-point rip, right? That was you had to have the patience to hold that trade and make it work for you. So remember, and Ed had a good point this morning on Twitter. There's an important point, right? It's not just seeing that okay, so like see this right here where there's a star diamond. We just broke down. You wouldn't be looking for a long here, but if you had taken these, right? There's a 2-bar combo star diamond. It's 1 stop, and what otherwise is paying you very, very fat on the rotations, right? You just started a Fed speaker there, so I don't know why you're trading there, but if you are, yeah, that setup killed you, right? But even if you took the stop, you came right back over here with the same triangle star diamond and just got all your money back and then some, right? So I agree with that, Peter. So that's really all I have. That's what I'm looking for: star diamond and 2-bar combos. And I'm pressing them when we get to key levels. If they'll set up for me, I'll press them at key levels, right? That's my primary focus. So I don't have much else to say beyond that. I know what I'm looking for. The trading was good this morning. It really was very good. You can see almost every 2-bar combo on a 16 tick paid, and also like star diamond over here, even at 7:30. Star diamonds paid very well overnight, even on the higher time frame. You would have caught this rip to the downside, I believe. 2-bar combo here. These star diamonds would have stuffed you. I don't think anyone would have been mistaken about going long there. It just wasn't the right place, or at least I wasn't. I was looking to pound a short. Of course, I didn't catch the long either, but I was just pounding pretty much any setup that gave me a 2-bar combo short. I was taking, and I ignored all my longs. I just didn't think they had the juice to push it. Of course, I missed the rip to the upside. And then one other piece that I want to add here. So when we're in this Goldilocks zone, right, the 2-bar combos pay huge. So I'm going to keep it on this 16 tick, but the 2-bar combos, I'll make that a little bit bigger, pay very, very well when they're inside this Goldilocks area, right? You can see here, see how we're in the Goldilocks? Triangle down, diamond. That's a nice push, right? You're in the Goldilocks. No supply, no demand, star diamond to the downside. you don't have to capture the whole move or figure out the whole move in order to get paid. All you got to do is know, hey, I'm in the Goldilocks zone or I'm at key location and I'm going to trade there. Also, I see a lot of people, so this is really important, right? If you over trade, there's no easy fix for it. You've got to be determined to trade the setup. You've got to be determined. We are not trading what the market's going to do. I have no idea whether the market goes up or down. I got paid this morning, and every single trade I took was a short trade, not one long trade. Every single trade, I can tell you what the numbers were, but every single trade was short. Hold on a second here. Okay, cool. Thank you. The numbers, and this was all mostly between 4 and 5:15. I can't even find it. Let's see. Let's just go and close that. Well, never mind. I can't pull the stats for some reason. It's not working, but it was a good morning. I can tell you that. I mean, I took pretty much every 2 bar signal to the short side in NQ, and they paid nicely. So that's what I'm focused on. I'll burn the first half hour. We're about to open, and let's just put down. I spoke to several people who had very good days yesterday. I pretty much threw the white flag up, but it was not easy. Read or I was tired, one of the two. So, acknowledging that I was up very early this morning, I will be taking a rest between 10:30 and 12:30 today. Basically, I'm going to take a nap in that time frame. So, does anyone have any questions? Did I cover all the bases? This is the time to ask. Should be a good day once it slows down just a hair. If you feel like you're out of touch with the trading or you're trading too much, post it in the room. There's no shame in it. All of us have done it. I guarantee you there's not a soul in here, from me to Peter to Bill to every single person has traded too much. If you'd been short, that'd been a perfect long. Yeah, I agree. Every one of us is overtraded. There's not a soul in here who hasn't done it. If you think you're unique or you're the only one that has that problem, you're very wrong about that. I've overtraded. Everyone that I know in this room has overtraded at some point. And it's a big problem, and it's not a shame thing. It's just a get it fixed thing, right? And the easiest way to get it fixed is by sharing it with somebody and going, "Hey, I'm overtrading. I need some help." But it's not cool to lose money. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up on that. Market preview. Oops. Didn't want to do that. Didn't want to record it just quite yet. But let's see where it is.